Today we have a treat for you. Have you ever wanted to know how to marbleize a cake? Well, Cassandra Thomas is here with Cassandra's Taste of Sweets to show us how to do it. Hi, Cassandra.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, so I'm so excited to learn how to marbleize a cake and to make it look like this beauty here. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. So you are a baker and a cake decorator. So please share more about your business.
We are a family-based business based out of our home. We make cakes, cookies, pies, dessert cups, you name it, we pretty much make it.
Wow.
More along that southern style type of baking. So the peach cobblers, the apple cobblers, those type of things.
Yes. Well, you know, I'm a Texas girl, so I know all about the southern style of desserts and baking, which is awesome. And so share with me some of the services that you offer through your business.
We do offer cake decorating, cookie decorating. We set up, we tear down displays.
Yes.
So those are just some of those basic things. We do weddings and family reunions, birthday parties, retirement parties. Right now what's really popular is graduations.
Graduations,
yes. So we have several of those coming up.
Yes, awesome. Okay, well, let's get started. So share with me how we got to this point. So what tier, how many tiers, and what type of icing is on top?
Yes, this is a 3-layer strawberry cake.
Oh, okay.
With just a basic vanilla buttercream frosting.
Okay, perfect.
To start.
Okay, to start.
Yes.
All right, so what's our first step?
Our first step is to make sure that cake is still kind of cool. And it is. It's pretty cold there. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to add here just a little bit of, I love purple. Purple's my favorite color, by the way.
Yes.
Sure, you probably noticed that. And basically, just to start marbleizing this, you just want to put a couple dollops anywhere. Just put them anywhere. Just make them look messy. This is the fun part.
Yes.
You start out as a mess, and you end up with that.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Love it. Just a little dollop.
just all over. You want to try that?
Yes, I would love to. Okay. Just anywhere.
Just have to squeeze. Yep, just anywhere. Just spread them out.
And move and just turn it that way. And okay,
Yep,
awesome.
and then the next thing we're going to do, which is kind of the hardest part, is smoothing it. But you want that bottom layer to be cool.
Okay.
It's going to smooth a lot better. And so to smooth it, you just want to put your little smoother right next to it. And this is what makes it so much easy. Now my frosting is still a little bit, might be a little bit too cold.
So is it best to put it in the refrigerator to kind of make sure it's fully chilled?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Make sure your cake is fully chilled.
Okay.
So that way when you put that second layer of frosting on there, it will go on much better. It won't smear and blend in too much.
Okay.
And basically when you're smoothing, I mean, you could be smoothing for a good 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. So
Just depends.
It takes that passion,
it takes time.
A little patience.
Yes. So you have to really, really take your time with this process.
Okay.
But as you can see, it's starting to kind of like smooth in.
Yeah.
And so you just keep going at it. So I'm gonna let you try this a little bit.
Okay, yes.
It's not hard.
Okay.
It's just time consuming.
Okay. Well, she said this was the hardest part, so.
Yeah, it is. I promise you it is.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so you don't press too hard. I'm just gonna just have it. Oh, and it has, I see here, it has a little angle on it.
Yes.
Which is so important, a little angle that helps with the smoothing. Okay. So we're just gonna turn. Now, am I applying any pressure?
Just a little bit of pressure.
Just a little bit, okay.
Yes. You don't want to put too much because then you're gonna rip off that cream color coat there.
Oh, okay. And this could be done in any color. I mean, this is what makes that pretty marble look on wedding cakes and when they have that gold.
Yes.
That is like, wow, how do they do that?
Yeah. And it's time consuming, but it's not very hard.
Right.
Not very hard at all. Yeah. And then sometimes you can cheat, Jessica. So like if you have some warm water, this is something I've done before, and you take your little spatula like this, and since that bottom layer of frosting is kind of hard, it just helps you smooth that a little bit more. Yes. And then you can just smooth it. Yes.
Wow. And you can do multi-marble colors,
Oh,
right?
yes, you can. Yes, and those are the best. Let me tell you, those are the best. Is when you
Yes.
experiment with different colors. Those different colors, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes,
All right,
yes,
so
you
once-
did pretty good. Now
Thank
listen,
you.
I'll tell you a secret.
Okay.
Don't steal my job. You stay on TV and you let me do this part.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just gonna put a little bit on top,
Okay.
just to kind of help smooth that as we talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. So do you have a favorite type of pastry that you enjoy making more?
I enjoy making more cakes because you can get a lot more creative.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a lot of this, you can get very, very creative with flowers. You can add candy. You can add cookies.
Yes.
So cakes, I would probably say, is my favorite.
Oh, and so with graduation right now, I'm sure you're getting all types of requests
Yes.
for tiers of what hats
Yes,
and
yes,
diplomas.
tons of cupcakes with photos on them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Oh, cute. Oh, you can do little cupcakes with photos.
Yeah.
I've seen the big cakes with photos. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
yeah, we do cupcakes with photos as well.
Very nice.
We can now start applying the foil.
Okay.
So that's the fun part.
Yes.
Now I'm
Get
gonna
it
tell
that
you a little secret about the foil.
Okay.
The foil you don't want to touch with your hand
Okay.
because it is so sensitive and so sticky. So basically what you want to do, you want to make sure that your cake is wet,
Okay.
just a little bit. Now you just brush down.
Yes.
And you don't want to use a lot of water because you don't want to saturate your cake.
Okay.
Okay?
So I use a little delicate paintbrush. Okay.
And then you use your little tweezers
Oh.
and you just take your foil and you just lay it on there.
Very surgical.
It sticks that way. You
Very
take your,
surgical.
yes,
Turn
I'm
this
so
around a
sorry.
little bit. No.
And then you take your brush and you're going to dab it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at
So,
that.
yeah, it's just, like I said, patience.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can also get these in foil sheets
Uh-huh.
where you can actually just sheet it
And
instead
then
of doing all the little
one,
pieces.
so you sheet it, but then do you kind of make the design after
can.
it's sheeted?
You
Okay.
can.
Okay.
Yep, you
That's what I'm
can.
like, as I'm looking at this marble, I'm like, there's so many different ways you can do it. You can have,
Yes.
because I feel like you can take some of this purple and kind of drag it up and down. And kind of create just whatever.
Yeah, yep. And you can use different types of tips and you can like just spin it. And then it'll create designs on the side as
Okay,
well.
let me try this.
Yes, you need to try it.
Right. Okay, so,
If you take,
yeah, so I'll work on this side a little bit if you want to
okay.
continue on that side. So you just paint it down. Like
Yep, just
that.
wet it down a little bit.
Just where you want it to be.
Yeah.
Then take
Yep.
foil like that, delicate. Just apply
And this is
it.
just one of those little ways you can always hide little imperfections and all that good little stuff that your customers don't have to know that you're doing.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then for the top, when you do all of this, do you use special tips to make these types of
Yes.
flowers on top?
Yes, I use the 1M or the 2D.
Okay.
I use those tips. And you just making swirls, which makes it really easy.
Okay.
And then like your bottom trim, it's just so simple when you put your little trim on there.
Yeah.
And your trim doesn't have to look like that. It can be any way you want, my dear.
Oh, and let it, because it's been cooled. Okay, yeah, let it thaw out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And you know, and you just
pretty.
go on around
Oh, wow, like little
around
waves.
the top. Yeah, you just make little waves. Don't have to necessarily be these.
Okay, you know I have to try it.
Yes,
Okay.
you have to try it. You have to
Gotta
squeeze that
test
really
out.
hard.
Okay. See if I can do it like Cassandra.
Oh goodness.
Okay, let's see. Up, you said up and down.
Then pull toward. Yeah, there you go. Then back again. There you go. You're a pro. Oh my gosh. I have more competition out there.
Listen, this is surgical. You have to have steady hands.
Yes.
I mean, it really is a skill that you have to be able to decorate these beautiful cakes in so many different
Yes.
ways. Okay.
Yes.
So that's the trim. And then what about the top?
Now the top is where you're going to use your 2D or your 1M tip.
Okay.
And it's really, really simple. You just make pretty little swirls across the top.
Oh, look at that. Little flowers.
Yeah. You just make pretty little flowers across the top. You know, just wherever you want to put those. And then you always add another color because when you're doing cakes and you're doing more than one color, you want to make sure you have at least 3.
Okay.
Just to kind of balance it a little bit. Okay, now this one is much better than the other one.
Ooh, yeah.
And basically you just fill in the top. You know? So why don't you try to fill in like those little sides there?
Okay. So you just take it.
Yep, squeeze and turn. There you go. Yeah.
Right here. Okay. I'm getting a little more familiar with the icing. I did a cupcake decorating class.
Yes, I
recently.
saw that.
Yeah, so this is like so cool. Okay, and then right here. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I see you have like little ones. Do you go ahead and put those in now?
And you can. And those
Okay.
you just kind of use as fillers. You just squeeze down and pop up.
Pull up.
There you go.
Okay.
Squeeze down and pull up. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you just fill in any little empty spots
Yes, and then that same wave on the end.
on the end, but you have to use a different
Oh,
tip.
a different tip. See?
Yes.
It
So
is,
this is the
yeah.
21. We'll put a few in the front there.
Yeah.
So they can kind of see on camera. And I usually put my trim on before I do my flowers there in the middle.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, to keep
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
locked.
Yeah, so you want to try those few there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Do
Oh,
that.
look at the pro.
And then,
All
yay!
right.
Oh, we're almost done. Okay,
Yeah.
and then last you topped it off with some macaroons.
Yes.
Yes.
So what I usually do, that frosting is already soft.
Okay.
But if it's not soft, you just add a little dollop
Okay.
of frosting in the top there. And then you take your macaroons.
Yes.
And
Just
this
so
one we'll
cute.
put on the back.
So
And you
classy.
just push it down off on there. And macaroons are such a great decorating for cakes.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you take your little frosting and just kind of secure it.
Yeah.
So this way they don't, I usually just put a, dab in the front and the back. And basically that
And
is
then
it.
I see
You
a
can
little
just
bit,
add a
put
little
some foil,
foil.
yes, on top.
Yes, and with those, you can always just drop them. You don't have to actually water them.
Okay. Kind of sprinkle them on top.
Sometimes it'll work. Sometimes it kind of,
And then also Father's Day is coming
Yes.
up, and Dad loves treats.
Yes, they
So-
do. Yes.
So you can create just kind of a different theme, right? Just
Right.
anything people request.
Right.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes. And sometime I name my cakes. I'm going to be honest. I have a lemon cake with lemon frosting. That's called the Julia cake because my bestie, Julia Salazar. So that is the Julia cake. I have a young lady that attends church at Mount Calvary. I've named the red velvet cake the Lily cake, the Miss Lily cake.
Miss Lily
because Miss
cake.
Lily loved the red velvet. That's all
Yes.
she ever orders. So
I love it.
yeah, so I do name.
Well,
Some of
look
my
at
items do
that.
have names.
Well, that is so beautiful. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Cassandra.
You are so welcome. Thank you for having
This was
me.
so much fun, and I appreciate you showing me the
Yeah.
marble technique.
You're so
and
welcome.
yeah, so this is beautiful. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
If you'd like more information about Cassandra's Taste of Sweets, we'll have her website, information listed below to place your order, and we'll be right back.